Hi dear students, today we are going to discuss how to calculate number of particles per unit cell. Okay, this is one of the important concepts both for board exams as well as competitive exams. Calculation of number of atoms per unit cell. Okay, how many number of atoms will be present in one unit cell? Just in the previous lecture we have discussed three types of unit cells. They are simple cubic, the primitive unit cells are simple cubic. Okay, I'll write primitive unit cell. How many particles will be there in primitive unit cell? In primitive unit cell, there will be 8 particles at 8 corners. Suppose if it is primitive unit cell, there will be 8 particles at 8 corners. Okay, 8 particles. Next, second one, body centered cubic, BCC. In body centered cubic, there will be 8 particles at 8 corners and one more particle at the center of the body. So total 8 plus 1, 9 particles. Right? Next, third one, face centered cubic, FCC. In face centered cubic, there will be 8 particles at 8 corners and 6 particles at 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 faces: upper face, bottom face, left side face, right side face, front face, back face. Front face, back face. So you just assume this is the particle present on the front face, this is the particle present on the back face. Total 8 particles at 8 corners and 6 particles at 6 faces. Total 14 particles will be present in FCC arrangement. Okay, this was the discussion we discussed in a previous lecture. But dear students, actually the unit cell is not an individual entity. Means unit cell never present as an individual or a single unit. So for example, if you take this classroom, otherwise this wall is made up of a number of bricks. Each brick is in contact with another brick. While constructing a building, we will keep one brick, and upon that brick one more brick, and below that brick one more brick, and front side one brick, back side one brick. That means one brick is surrounded by many other bricks, isn't it? Similarly, when you take a crystal system, in a crystal system a huge number of unit cells will be present. Unit cells are just like bricks in a wall. Okay, the cells, biocells in our body, each biocell is surrounded by, each biocell will be in contact with many other biocells. Similarly, in a crystal system, each unit cell will be in contact with some other unit cells. Okay, so the particles present at the corners, on the faces, on the edges will be in touch with some other unit cells also. That means the particles at the corners, on the faces, at the edges, they will be shared between different unit cells. Let us assume a small crystal system of 8 unit cells. A small crystal system of 8 unit cells. Okay, so here you just consider that this square, each square is a unit cell. Each square is a unit cell. So this is one unit cell, second unit cell, third unit cell, fourth unit cell. So actually this is one unit cell now. Since if I draw all the 4 unit cells by representing like this, like a cube, you may be confused. So I am making the concept very simple. So you just imagine or just suppose that this each square has a unit cell. How many unit cells I have represented here? 4 unit cells. Right. Next here, these are the corners. This is the corner. Okay. This is the corner particle. This also corner. This one also corner. This one also corner. So for instance, I am considering this corner. Right. These are the edges 1, 2, 3, 4, like each unit cell have 12 edges that we have discussed. Next, each unit cell have how many faces? First let us recall how many faces, how many edges, how many corners will be there, that we have discussed already in the previous lecture. That number of corners will be number of particles at corners is equal to 8 corners. Number of faces in each unit cell 6. Number of body centers body center will be only 1, center of the body. Next, number of edges there will be 12 edges. Right. So at 8 corners 8 particles will be there, at 8 faces 8 particles will be there, at the center of the body 1 particle, and at 12 edges 12 particles will be there. First we should be perfect with these basic ideas. Okay. Next, come to the present topic. Here I have represented 4 squares. Each square is considered as 1 unit cell. Next, here I placed one small particle at the corners of 4 unit cells. Now this particle or this atom is in contact with how many unit cells? This atom which I was represented at the corner, this atom is shared by or in contact with how many unit cells? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the atom which is at the corner is shared by 4 unit cells. Okay, I am going to take one more step, that listen carefully. I am going to keep 4 more unit cells upon these 4. I am going to keep 4 more unit cells upon these 4. That means totally 8 unit cells we are considering. So 4 unit cells we can see here. You assume that 4 more unit cells are there upon these 4 unit cells. Then totally 8 unit cells. Now tell me, the particle or the atom which is at the corner will be shared by how many unit cells? Earlier it was shared by 4 unit cells. Now we are placing 4 more unit cells upon these 4, exactly on these 4 unit cells. Then the particle which is represented at the corner will be shared by 8 unit cells, corners of 8 unit cells. Okay, do you understand? So it is a very important point, dear students. Listen the video again and again, you will understand. Okay, that means the particle, in the first case when I was taken 4 unit cells, then it was shared by only 4 unit cells. Now we are considering 4 more unit cells and we are placing 4 more unit cells upon these 4. Then this particle which is at the corner will be shared by 4 more unit cells. Means totally the particle which is at the corner will be shared by 8 unit cells. That means one particle is shared by how many unit cells? One particle at the corner is shared by 8 unit cells. Then what is the share of each unit cell? What is the share of each unit cell? The share of each unit cell is 1 by 8. The share of each unit cell is 1 by 8. That means here 1 by 8 means one particle, one atom at the corner is mutually shared by 8 unit cells. That is the meaning of 1 by 8. One particle is shared by 8 unit cells. So each unit cell will get a share of 1 by 8. That is, the contribution is 1 by 8. Okay, now let's calculate how many particles will be there in a simple cubic or primitive unit cell. Now, first one, number of atoms in a primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell. Here, total number of particles, 8 corner particles, 8 corner atoms, particles or atoms, 8 corner atoms into each atom is shared by 8 unit cells. 1 by 8 means each corner atom is shared by 8 unit cells, 1 by 8. Okay, that is equal to 8 corner atoms into contribution is 1 by 8. 8 get cancelled, so we'll get 1. So that means primitive unit cell, one primitive unit cell contains how many atoms? One primitive unit cell contains how many atoms? Only one atom. You may be confused. Sir, how sir? Earlier you said one primitive unit cell contains 8 particles at 8 corners, no? Then now you are saying one primitive unit cell contains only one particle. Okay, some of you may get the doubt. Dear students, actually there will be 8 particles at 8 corners. There is no doubt in that. But since these particles are in contact with some other unit cells, this particle does not belong to whole and solely this particular unit cell. This particle also belongs to some other unit cell which is in contact with that. So all these particles are shared between other unit cells also. So in this way, to a maximum, each particle is shared by 8 other unit cells. That's why, suppose I will give you a small example. You are having 10 rupees in your pocket. You are having 10 rupees in your pocket. 10 rupees belong to 9 of your other friends also. That means you get 1 rupee and the remaining 9 rupees will be given to your friends. Actually 10 rupees are with you only, but what is your contribution? What is your share? Only 1 rupee. Similarly, to see here there are 8 particles, but these 8 particles not belong to this unit cell itself. Since this unit cell is in contact with some other unit cells, so the contribution is only 1 by 8. That's why on the whole, the primitive unit cell will have only 1 atom per unit cell, right? Next, second one, body-centered cubic, BCC, body-centered cubic. We know there are 8 corner particles in body-centered cubic and 1 particle will be at the center of the body. Just now we discussed these 8 corner particles will be in contact with some other unit cells. So 8 corner particles or corner atoms into each corner atom. Here 1 means each corner atom is shared by 8 other unit cells. So total number of corner atoms will be 8 into 1 by 8, that is 8 get cancelled and we'll get 1. Next, this is step number 1. Next, in the second step, here in body-centered cube, there is 1 more particle at the center of the body. Can you tell this center particle, body-centered particle, will be in contact with how many other unit cells? Can it be in contact with other unit cells? Suppose if I place some other unit cell here, over here, okay, can it be in contact with this unit cell? Otherwise, can it be in contact with this unit cell? No. So when the particle is present at the center of the body, that particle or that atom, whole and soul, belong to that unit cell only. It will be not in contact with any other unit cell. So one body centered atom, one body centered atom into 1, its contribution is 1. That one body centered atom belong to one unit cell, it is not in share with any other unit cell. Here one corner particle is in contact with 8 other unit cells. Here one body centered atom is contact with only one unit cell, that's why one body centered atom into 1 we have mentioned. So 1 into 1, that is equal to 1. Then total number of particles, total number of atoms is equal to 1 plus 1, 2. So BCC, body centered cubic, have a total of 2 particles. Say for example, here to see we can observe 9 particles, 8 particles at corners and 1 particle at the center of the body. But practically these 8 corner particles having 1 by 8 contribution. That's why 8 into 1 by 8, 1. So all these 8 corner particles become equal to 1 and one body centered particle. So 1 plus 1, total 2 particles. So BCC have a total of how many particles? Only 2. Next, that arrangement is different. In arrangement, it will have 8 particles at 8 corners and 1 particle at the center. Here we are not discussing about arrangement of particles, we are discussing about how many atoms can each unit cell have. Right. Next, last one, third one, face centered cubic. I'll write here. Third one, face centered cubic, that is FCC. In face centered cubic, a total of what is the arrangement of particles in face centered cubic? In face centered cubic, just in a previous lecture I said, so here 8 particles are at 8 corners and 6 particles at 6 faces. So 8 particles at 8 corners, 8 corner atoms. 8 corner atoms into contribution is 1 by 8, that is equal to 8 by 8, 8 get cancelled, that equal to 1. This is step number 1. And in the second step, and there are 6 particles at the faces. Okay, now let us come to phase contribution. What is the phase contribution? Say for example, so in the beginning we have imagined one arrangement, that is here I have taken 8 unit cells, 1, 2, 3, 4 unit cells, and upon these 4 unit cells, 4 more unit cells we have placed. Total 8 unit cells, let's imagine. Okay, for instance, let us consider one unit cell is there, one atom is there on the face of this unit cell. One atom is there on the face of this unit cell. Okay, let us consider one more atom on the face of this unit cell, one more atom on the face of this unit cell, one more atom on the face of this unit cell. Now let us consider only one atom of this unit cell, Now we are placing 4 more unit cells over it. Then upon this unit cell, one more unit cell is placed. Then this particle, this atom will be in contact with this unit cell and some other unit cell also. Let's take one more example. Suppose you assume that my palm is a face of one unit cell. Let it be one face of one unit cell, right? Here I am keeping one chalk piece or one atom. I am keeping one atom here. That means one particle is there on the face of unit cell. Okay, now I am placing one more unit cell over this unit cell. Okay, this is the face of another unit cell. Now I am placing one more unit cell. Now the atom which is already there on the face of one unit cell, now it is in contact with the face of another unit cell. That means any atom or particle present on the face of one unit cell will be in contact with the face of another unit cell. That means one particle on the face will be in contact with 2 unit cells. That means phase particle contribution is 1 by 2. So a total of 6 face centered particles are there. Face centered atoms are there. Face centered atoms into what is the contribution of face centered atom? 1 by 2. That is equal to, here 1 by 2 means you try to understand one particle or each particle on the face will be in contact with the 2 unit cells. Just like here, each particle at the corner will be in contact with 8 other unit cells. Right. Here, each particle on the face will be in contact with 2 other. See, one particle, one atom, it is in contact, it is in between 2 faces. This is the face of one unit cell. Let it be, this is the face of another unit cell, right? Okay. So 6 into 1 by 2. 6 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 threes are 3. Now 8 corner particles into 1 by 8, that is 1. 6 face centered atoms, and its contribution is half 1 by 2, that is 6 into 1 by 2, 3. Then total number of atoms. The total number of atoms is equal to 1 plus 3, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. Similarly, my dear students, we can calculate the number of atoms present in end-centered unit cell. End-centered unit cell. What is the end-centered unit cell? What is the end-centered unit cell? Okay, I am erasing this. How end-centered unit cell will be? End-centered. Number of particles in end-centered unit cell. Just in the previous lecture I told you, in end-centered unit cell there will be 8 particles at 8 corners like simple cubic. In addition to that, 2 more particles, 2 more atoms will be present on the opposite faces. That means total 10 atoms will be present. 8 atoms at 8 corners and 2 atoms or 2 particles on the opposite faces. Right. Now you pause the video now itself, you try yourself, then watch the remaining part of the video. If you get correct answer, you will be really great because you have understood the previous explanation. Okay, try it now itself. Right? Okay, let me explain. So, end-centered unit cell will have total 8 corner particles and 2 face particles. 8 corner atoms into 1 by 8. Its contribution is 1 by 8. 8 into 1 by 8, that is equal to 1. Next, second point, there are 2 face centered atoms. 2 face centered atoms. What is the contribution of face centered atom? Just in FCC we have discussed. The atom which is at the face will be shared by 2 unit cells. That is 1 by, each atom is shared by 2 unit cells. That is 1 by 2. 2 into 1 by 2. 2 get cancelled. That is equal to 1. Now total number of particles. Total number of particles, you can write atoms. Here particles means it may be atoms, molecules, ions. Okay, particles is a general word which can be applied for any type of crystals. Right. Total number of particles is equal to 1 plus 1, 2. Likewise, you can calculate the number of particles per unit cell of any type. So this is one of the very basic and important concept. It will be helpful both for your board exams as well as competitive exams. We have got questions based on this topic in many competitive exams like NEET, JEE and all. Okay, I hope you understood. So if you feel any difficulty in understanding this lecture and the previous lecture, you please tell me in the form of comments. I would like to simplify the concept to make you understand easily. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and tell your friends also to subscribe, and keep on watching, and give your suggestions in the form of comments.